Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 791.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about why there's a recent very bullish report on silver and why they're talking about the possibility of silver hitting its all-time high of $50 an ounce. As you know, silver has been the number one performing asset class this year, and we've seen some really exciting returns on silver. But what do we know about where silver's going? Well, this report I wanted to share with you from SRS Rocco report, and they are procurers of silver and metals. And they wrote this article called U.S. Mint Silver Eagle Sales Forecasted to Triple This Quarter. And the article says, with the continued uncertainty in the markets and financial system, the U.S. Mint Silver Eagle sales for the last quarter of 2020 are forecasted to triple compared to the same period last year. Already, sales of Silver Eagles so far in October have surpassed the total during the entire fourth quarter of 2019 in 3 months. So I want to pause there and just say that is phenomenal. And we know that the U.S. Mint just raised its prices for U.S. proof silver coins to $67 an ounce, which is unbelievable. And that means that maybe the basic silver price can go up too. Now, that had to do with more of a collectible kind of a situation because they were uncirculated proof coins. We're just talking about any circulated, uncirculated, any coin, any silver per ounce price. The mint price on the uncirculated coins was set at $67 versus about $25 for just a regular spot price of 1 ounce of silver today. So huge difference in price. Not all of that can be just because they're uncirculated proof coins. There may be a rise in silver that they see coming due to this really high demand. And we know that silver's prices have been artificially suppressed through paper contracts, and that those contracts that are sold for silver, that they do depress the price, and they've held the price of silver down artificially for a very long time. And we do think that we're getting to the end of that, where the physical delivery isn't going to be such that it can fulfill those contracts. So we'll see what happens in the December contract, but maybe what we're seeing is anticipation of this, and certainly the demand for silver and people wanting to own physical silver. And in 1 month, it's up 3 times what it was for 3 months from October to December of 2019. The article goes on to say, the U.S. Mint just updated its sale figures on Monday to show the total for October was 2,460,000 compared to only 1.1 million during October 2019. And we still have another week and a half remaining in the month. Total Silver Eagle sales for October through December 2019 were 1.5 million. I believe Silver Eagle sales for October may reach 3 million or double the same month last year. However, assuming another 3 million being sold in November and December would put the total for the last quarter at approximately 6 million Silver Eagles. December isn't such a hot month for Silver Eagle sales as the U.S. Mint curtails production to set up for the new 2021 coins. But if we see some crazy things happening in the market, if the presidential election turns out to be a mess, we could see significant sales in December. So, my forecast would be approximately 3 million Silver Eagles sold during October, $2 million in November, and $1 million in December. Total sales for the quarter could be higher, especially if there is increased uncertainty and volatility in the markets. All right, I want to pause there and say I disagree with his forecast. I'm not going to say that the demand is going to go down. I think the demand is increasing every month. And I think that we're going to have probably this 3 million of Silver Eagles sold in October. I think we'll have probably 3 million at least sold also in November and in December. So rather than it going down by 1 million each month, I just don't see any reason why that would be. I think, in fact, the more that the price of silver goes up, the more that people are going to want to get in on the coins before the price goes higher. And that's just the way it goes with investments. For some reason, instead of people wanting to buy when they're on sale, it's usually the opposite. When the price is strong, that's when people want more, and that's when they're buying more. So if we see silver stay on the same strong path that it's been on, and if the price of silver continues to rise, I think we're going to see stronger demand in November and December for Silver Eagles. The article goes on to say, the situation in the silver market is changing rapidly. Regular investors have moved into silver more than ever this year. If the world experiences another massive amount of silver investment demand next year, as we have had this year, the silver price could reach its all-time high of $50. End of article. I agree with that. I think we definitely could see $50 sooner than next year. Like I said, we're looking at the contract in December to see if the physical deliveries can be made. If the contracts cannot be satisfied with the physical deliveries of silver, all bets are off into what the price of silver is going to be, because it will have to go into the marketplace. Supply and demand will have to figure out what the real price of silver is. And we know this has been kept down literally for decades. The price of silver is the most undervalued asset on Earth. So this is something that it's time to let silver find where its true value should be. It's more important than ever in all the new technologies during the quantum age. And it's also a very rare metal, much more rare than gold. So the price of silver should be much higher, which is one of the reasons why we own it as one of our basic core holdings in our portfolio. And we continue to hold physical silver coins in our possession, and I continue to think that's an important thing to have, because anywhere else that the silver is, you're not really sure that you have it. Only if you have it in your own possession do you know that you physically have it. And you see, that's been the problem with silver. People have been selling silver as if it exists somewhere, but it doesn't exist anywhere. It's been so rare, it's been very difficult to get much silver. So you don't want to have someone else store it for you, except in a very rare occasion. There is one company I trust for that. It's called goldmoney.com. And that's the only one that I trust to store silver for me. Otherwise, I encourage people to have silver in your own possession. That is going to be so important to know where your silver is and that you do, in fact, own the physical silver. There's been a lot of fraud in this area, and many companies have been fined and have been in trouble for not storing silver correctly or doing worse. So let's just have silver in your possession. This is still a great time to buy silver. The prices are low and still only about $25 an ounce as of today. This is one of the most important assets to own in the future, because I also think that this is going to be one of the things that will back a new currency when we get away from this fiat-based currency and we go more to an asset-backed currency. I do think silver is going to be in that equation as one of the metals that will back the new asset-backed currency. So there again, more demand for silver, more importance on silver, and certainly the need for silver to be valued at a much higher price. So This is still a great time to buy, in my opinion, but do your own research. All investing has risk, and silver is a very volatile investment. Its price does move a lot, so you should know that prices can move higher or lower in quite dramatic percentages. I will put a link to the article in the show notes so you can take a look at this and read some other articles about precious metals on their website. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available so you never miss one of them. And don't forget, there's more podcasts on my website at lindapjones.com. Just go to the podcast section and you'll see every podcast that I've created, which is much more than what's available on iTunes. You can put whatever word you're interested in the search bar, and it will come up with your topic and all the podcasts that relate to that topic. It's your wealth mentoring library so that you can get to financial freedom faster. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.